Hi, my name is Randy Wellett, and I'm a marriage family therapist in San Francisco. I've been working with people for 20 years, obviously with all different kinds of problems. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about working with couples. Why do I like to work with couples? Because relationships are, for most of us, the most important thing we can have. They provide us a lot with joy, they provide us with sadness, and they give us opportunities to grow. It's really important to work with individuals, but when you get to a couple, then you're dealing with the heart of problems. I'm called a marriage family therapist, and so what I do is I work to make couples, relationship, marriages stronger. And what's different about having two people in the room? I can find the places that get people stuck, that hurt them, each other, hurt themselves, and then go on to hopefully help them deal with their family, whether it's their elder family or their own family and kids. Why is my relationship so confusing? Why do I have such a hard time communicating? Why do we fight a lot? And one of the things that I find is the most hard thing to realize is what's mine, what's my partner's, and what's ours. Now, sometimes if any relationship could understand that, it changes every moment that we're together. Because what we tend to do in relationship is confuse all three. And so we may be in the middle of our own personal flashback or memories of childhood, and we're projecting that on our partner. When I work with a couple, I kind of like say we have the whole families. We have both of your families in the room because your relationship with your parents, how you saw them relate to each other, how you saw your brother, how you related to your brothers and sisters, all that you bring into the present. So while I'm watching a couple in the first session or so, I'm looking, okay, this is individual work. This person really needs to understand themselves better. This is the other person's individual work. And then there's the relationship. And when we can start to realize when we're bringing our past into the present, we can much more easily communicate now. What do I do that's different? I really help people distinguish between those three. And often I will do all three work, all pieces of work in my office. Like I'll say, okay, that's an individual issue. We need to just sit here and concentrate for a moment on you. I'll either have the other person in the office or not, and then the other partner, and then together. Or there may be some trauma that is really affecting one of the individuals. I will do some easy work on the family of origin trauma work right there, often right in front of their partner. And if there's been trauma in the relationship, if each individual has been hurt, I'll work with that and then help them communicate with each other after the hurts have been somewhat taken care of. The pain is less, and they're able to communicate off. So now I want to give you some tips that you might be able to use today. The first thing in conversations with your partner, make sure you use I statements. I feel this way. I had this experience. When you said this, this is what happened inside of me. Remember, if you accuse the other person, they're much less likely to hear you. They're much more likely to go in the defensive rather than if you stay with your own experience. Remember, you're not each other's enemies. You did not get into this relationship so that you could hurt each other and fight each other. These things happen, but you're not each other's enemy. I just cannot say that enough. And even though you may think you know exactly what your partner is thinking and saying, or what they intend to mean by what they're saying, you don't. We don't ever know for sure what another person is thinking or saying and what their intent is unless we ask them. You think you know what your partner believes, or what they think, or what they're trying to say. You don't. We are not mind readers. We need to ask a person anytime they say something what they mean. If you don't, you're left with assumptions, and assumptions leave you in often a bad place. So if your partner says, "God, I'm having a hard day today," you may think they mean they're having a hard day with you. But you say, "I hear that you're having a hard day with me. Is that what you meant to say?" "No, I'm just having a hard day." That's how you begin to understand each other. If things get really hard and bad, be willing to take a time out. Sometimes it's the hardest thing to do is say, "I cannot deal with this right now. I need some space." Let your partner have the space they need. Agree on what time to come back, and you'll talk. We're going to talk again in 10 minutes, then come together in 10 minutes. These are simple things that you can use anytime. Our relationships are our gifts, and they're our hardest struggles. I believe that people get together because there's a potential to heal each other, to take the things that have happened to us in the past and hurt them, and in a relationship begin to heal those wounds. And in relationships, we undoubtedly also hurt each other again. So the relationship is there to heal, and it also re-wounds us. The most important thing in our relationships are to make sure we heal each other, we're good to each other more than we hurt each other. And when you learn to communicate, when you use the tools that you learn from reading books or couples counseling, then hopefully you're healing each other more than you're wounding each other. I'm really glad you called. If you have any questions, I'm really glad. You didn't call me. I'm really glad that you're here. And if you have any questions, please send them online in an email or call me.